Hey world, YouTube land, hello comic book fans. Right, I always look out for new voices in the comic book world because the old voices just bore me so much. They all come from the same ideological viewpoint, which is progressive insanity, extreme leftism. Not just slightly leaning to the left, but full over on the flicking side on the left, pushing the agenda of cultural Marxism, third wave feminism, telling white men that they're racist every 2 minutes, and pushing multiculturalism, but only onto Western countries, and just the whole constant barrage of "you're a piece of shit, you don't deserve to live, you're racist, you're sexist, you're misogynist, you're homophobic, you're Islamophobic," over and over again. It seems just like to be a relentless attack on its readership, and I don't know why people would buy lots of Marvel and DC comic books, and even the independent comic books as well, because all you're going to get is this constant reminder that you are a piece of shit because you are a white person. Why would white people want to read that? I mean, it's not good for your mental health, right? So I'm looking out for new voices. There were some new voices today in DC, so I went to their Twitter pages to see what they were tweeting, and it was all, oh god, it was all Black Lives Matter, Trump is a racist, this emancipate women, but not in the Middle East, just in the West. Oh god, it's the same old bullshit. And the only difference being that rather than being 50-year-old men with white beards, they are 18-year-old little girls with daft haircuts. So that's the new generation coming into DC and Marvel. These little girls with silly haircuts writing about sexism and oh god, no, I can't be doing that. So I found a new comic book in the comic book shop actually, on the shelves, and I thought, I haven't seen this name before. Dan Schaffer, and it's Devil's Due First Comics. So I knew nothing about it, went in completely blind, and because it was about sharks, I bought the book. Here it is. It's called White. Great white sharks. Every man likes great white sharks. It's true. It's true. If you want to guarantee that I'll buy your comic book, just stick a great white shark on the front, and you know, I'll be all over that. Right, so when I read the comic book, I'm fearing, oh god, it's got a young female as a protagonist, and young female protagonists in comic books today are high-kicking, independent. They're like men, but they're like really, really macho men who don't need no man. So I was expecting to see this young girl being really brave and heroic and high-kicking the shark in the face, and you know, doing really stupid, heroic things, that unbelievable things, really. But that's not what you get in the comic book. She's scared, as she would be. She's basically sitting on the wing of an aeroplane, and all the there's corpses of all her friends around her getting eaten by the sharks. She's got a telephone in her hand, and she's calling for help and getting really stupid answers. The sort of answers you get if you called a call centre, and the call centre's just not being very helpful, being a bit of an, you know, a bit assholery. And she's getting those answers from distress calls, and she's not being brave and heroic and strong and all that. She's just scared, as I would be scared. Who would not be scared? You're sitting on the wing of an aeroplane surrounded by great white sharks who want to eat you, and they're nudging the bloody wing and trying to tip you, you know, into the sea. You'd be bloody shitting yourself, wouldn't you? And that's what you get in this comic book. So because the young girl is scared, and because she's calling out for help and getting stupid responses, it comes across as real, that this is a real human being. And because it comes across, or she comes across like a real human being, you care for her, because she's a human, she's not a comic book ass kicker. And then she's on the aeroplane, the wing there. Anyone? Just wants help, as anyone would. And it's got some really good panels here of the sharks. It's always different. It always, I think Dan does the actual art as well. Yeah, words and art by Dan Schaffer. He really mixes up the panels. The sharks come from all sorts of angles. So you've got the overhead view of the shark there, and you've got the shark there breaching, I think they call it. Ooh, I've been watching the National Geographic channel. Of course I have. I love sharks. And one of the last panels, there's another panel from underneath the boat. So I mean, so from above, from below, just mixing it up all the time. And then a thrilling end. So a cliffhanger at the end. And I care about this girl. I hope that she gets back onto the wing. I don't want her to get eaten because she's a real person. I'm involved in her story. And there is some backstory about her, how she's a production assistant. And so you do care about her. She's a real human being. And I don't want her to get trumped up by those mean and nasty old sharkies. So, Dan Schaffer's White, #1, available now. I'll leave a link down below to Dan Schaffer's Twitter page. I recommend the comic book. I was sitting in the traffic jam today for far too long, and I read this comic book after reading this comic book. Fisheye depressed me because it was just an old idea which has been done long time ago, and it didn't resonate with anything that was happening in the world today. This also is an old idea which has been done before, which doesn't resonate with anything that's happening in the world today. But this was a big old jumbled, confusing mess which didn't mean anything to me. At this, because the character seemed real, it connected, you know? So I made a video there, White by Dan Schaffer, #1. Bloody good comic book, really enjoyed it. No social justice bullshit, but not pushing any sort of other agenda either. Just about a girl and sharks. So cool. Thanks for that, Dan. Good comic book. I wish you all luck in the world with it. Thumbs up for me. And if you look at my other videos on here, I moan about comic books all the time. So if if I'm saying good stuff about your comic book, it's quite rare, you know, because I'm a right old moaner. I am. Right, thanks for checking out my video. Don't obey the silly hat. And if you like sharks, and let's face it, who doesn't? Well, unless you get close to them anyway. If you like reading stories about sharks, at least, then get White by Dan Schaffer. Good sharky action. Thumbs up for me. Thanks for checking my video out, and don't obey the silly hat. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.